Hi, this is Nick with All Purpose Dog Training. This is your dog Kuma. We're going to go over the commands that we taught her for the past couple weeks. The first thing you're going to notice, and it's very important, is a leash is always loose. Always, always, always loose. You want her to listen to you, to respond to you first before you give her a correction. You want her listening to the words instead of listening to the leash. So when we put her in the down, we want to say down to give her an option to do it. We don't want to just grab the leash and pull her to the down. Or if a dog comes walking up to her, you want her to stay. You don't want to hold that leash super tight and sit there and tell her to stay. You want to give her a chance to fail. The more times she fails, the faster she's going to learn. Again, so the leash is always loose. It's going to transfer when she's off leash around the house, when you're off leash at the park, anything like that. She's going to listen to your words a lot more often than she would if you use a leash only. When you're ready to walk, just say heel and start walking. Heel. Again, give her a chance to follow you before you use a leash. Kind of using the leash as a last resort type thing. Every time you stop, she should sit down. Good sit. First couple of weeks, always tell her to sit. Heel. Always tell her to sit right before you stop. That way she gets used to the way you stop. Everybody's different. Sit. Good sit. Stay. You're going to have two different levels of praise, stuff that we expect her to do all the time, like sit, down, stay, heel, come, stuff like that. You're just going to reiterate the command in the praise, and that's it. For stuff that we don't really expect, like say somebody comes up to her and pets her and she walks away and she stays in that position. So usually you want to let her do that. I'm going to let her do that right now. She stays in that position, you're going to give her a lot of praise. You're going to give her that second level of praise. Or you're doing a lot of training for about 15-20 minutes and she's getting tired, you're going to amp up your praise. Always two different levels of praise. Stuff that we're teaching her new all the time as well is the second level. Heel. Good. Heel. Heel. Good heel. Sit. Good. Sit. Stay. The down command, when you're in front, you're going to lift your hand up and say down at the same time. You're going to be using this one pretty much 95% of the time around the house, stuff like that. Down. Good. Down. Stay. The stay command, when you're in front, you're just going to take your hand and point it at her. She doesn't have to be looking at you. So if she's off looking somewhere else, don't call her name, don't try to get her attention, and then give her the command. Again, the more times you make her fail, the faster she's going to learn, the more she's going to start listening to you. So when she's distracted, that's a perfect time to give her that command. Good stay. Heel. Good heel. Now heel. Sit. Good sit. The down command, when you're next to her, you're going to move the leash over to your left hand, reach out and say down at the exact same time right in front of her. Again, if she's distracted, it's a perfect time to do it. You don't want to do it when she's sitting there looking at you. Stay command, again, stay, stay. It doesn't matter which hand you do, as long as you do it this quick, and tell her to stay at the same time. Always use your hand command and your verbal command, or hand command and a verbal command at the same time for the first 2 weeks. After that, you can start switching it up. Use hand command only, use voice command only, but she still has to listen to you. So if you're using a hand command and she doesn't listen to you, you follow up with your corrections. If you're using your voice command only, she doesn't listen to you, you follow up with your correction. Again, so your stay is in front or your stay. To work on the stay, no, stay. To teach her the stay command, you're going to do 3 different things. 3 different rules. As long as you follow those rules, you'll be fine and she'll start adjusting to you quickly. The first rule is she has to be corrected. No, stay. The first rule is she has to be corrected right when she breaks. So you just saw as she's breaking and coming up, you have to tell her what she's doing wrong at that time. Okay, so what she's doing wrong is breaking her position in the stay position. So you tell her no right then and there. So if you're walking, you have her in the stay and you're walking 50 yards down the road or whatever, you have to watch her the whole time. The minute she stands up, the second she moves, you have to tell her no, what she's doing wrong. Even verbal correction is still a correction, that's still making your point across. So you have to watch her. You can't sit there and walk this way, then all of a sudden she's right next to you and give her a correction. It's too late. So number 1 rule in the stay command, she has to get corrected right then and there. Number 2, she has to be brought back to the exact same spot. So once she breaks, I'm going to tell her no, and then stay, and then I have to take her back to the same spot. If she's off leash, we're going to try to get her to go back without touching her. So I'm going to walk back to that spot, tell her to come. Once she gets to that spot, then I'm going to put her back in the down, stay. When she's off leash, you're going to have a lot more leeway. You're going to give her the command a couple more times. If she's on leash, there is no leeway. She's no, stay. So you're going to come back, you're going to get her to come back to the same spot. Come. Good girl. Down. Stay. No, stay. Down. Stay. Okay, so that's what I mean by more leeway. She's pretty amped up right now. She's this age, she probably wants to run around and go to the bathroom. But she has to stay in that stay position until I tell her to, okay? If she was on leash, I wouldn't let her sit there and play with me, try to rub on me, get petted, stuff like that. I would actually grab her, put her in the sit, put her in the down, and tell her to stay. No, stay. Sit. Down. Stay. Okay, again, so the more leeway you give her, the more she's going to listen to you when she's off leash. Okay? No, stay. Stay. She's sitting here listening to me talk, so she doesn't know what's going on. Stay. Okay? So rule number 2, you have to take her back to the exact same spot. Rule number 3, she's about, no, stay. Sit. Down. 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 No, down. Stay. Okay, so that's a perfect example of more leeway. I don't want to touch her because the minute you start touching her when she's off leash, she's going to start realizing that whenever she comes up to you, she doesn't have to listen to you. By acting like you have full command of her, even if she's off, no, stay. Sit. Down. Stay. By giving her that leeway, she's understanding that she has to listen to me even though I don't have her on leash, which is huge when you take her out to the park, you take her anywhere that she has to stay off leash. The more consistent you are with her, the more calmer you are when she's doing that, the more she's going to listen to you. So don't try to get all amped up. No, he'll come. Start giving all these commands. Just keep it short and simple. No, stay. No, stay. Even though she's sitting there playing a little game with you, the calmer you are, the faster she's going to listen to you. Okay? So that's rule number 2. You have to take her back to the exact same spot. Rule number 3 is she can only be petted, or she can only get praise, while she's still in that position. So somebody comes up to her and pets her, she has to stay in that position. She breaks, even gets up out of that down position, give her a correction, no, stay. I mean, obviously you're not going to be as harsh with it when somebody's petting her, but still make her stay in that position that she's in whenever somebody comes up to her pet her. That's going to teach her 2 things. 1, she's not going to be worried about people because she's going to be so focused on you. She's going to be trying to please you. She's going to be listening to the commands that you give her. And 2, she's not going to be excited when she sees somebody new because, again, she has to stay in that position. She has to listen to your commands or else there's going to be a consequence. Always in that stay position when somebody comes and pets her. Stay. Okay? So to build her up for those 3 commands, good girl, heel. We're going to put her on the leash first couple of weeks, and even throughout her life, always incorporate them in your walks. Sit. You can put it in the sit. And then usually in the down command is fine if you do in the sit every once in a while. Down. No. Down. Stay. Okay, she's doing this little crawling thing. When she does it, make sure you don't let her go too far. Give her a correction and put her right back in that down. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to move her out like that. Heel. Sit. Good. Sit. Stay. Down. No, down, stay. There's your correction, okay? If she doesn't do it, you're going to give her a correction right afterwards. You're going to tell her no, use a leash right afterwards, and then give her another chance to go in that command. So down, she doesn't do it, slap the leash, tell her no the exact same time, and then tell her down. If she doesn't do the down after the second time, then you're going to gradually pull her in the down. You're not yanking her, it's just more of guiding her in the position, that's it. Heel. Sit. Good, sit, stay. No, stay. Down. Good, down, stay. Okay, so we're going to do 3 circles around her. This is going to build her up for the stay. The minute she breaks, you're going to grab the leash, give her a correction, and then take her back to the exact same spot. You're going to do 1 big full circle. You're going to step over her, which is essentially a half a circle. And then the last one, you're going over front to back. And with the Akita, this one's actually very important because it's going to kind of keep them in the submissive position. It's going to teach them, even though people are walking around me, she still has to be calm, gets used to it, the whole 9 yards. Tell her stay, and that's it. So the more often you do that, the faster she's going to start listening to the stay command. To build her up off leash for the stay, have to do it on leash, period. Anything you do first has to be on leash before we expect her to listen to you off leash. So you're going to tell her to stay. The leash is 6 feet. Drop the leash, we're going to go back to 10 feet, okay? Now we're at 10 feet, we're going to do those circles at 10 feet. That's why the circles are so important, and it's a big training tool. Do the big circles at the 10 feet, half the circle, step over, everything at 10 feet. The minute she breaks, when she's off leash, at 10 feet, act like you have a long leash in your hand. So you're going to give her the correction, you're going to expect her to go in that position back in the down. If she doesn't, you're going to go to the spot and make her go in the same spot, and then you're going to start over again. Always, always act like you have that leash. Meaning, if I'm over here and I give her that correction, I'm going to say, no, stay. I'm not going to try to run up to her to grab her so she doesn't run away. The minute you do that, she's going to realize it's a game and she's going to run away. So if you act like you have that command of her, she's going to stop, actually go back in that down because you gave her that correction. Once she's doing good with those 3 circles at 10 feet with distractions, then you're going to back up to about 15 feet. Once you're doing good at 15 feet with distractions, you're going to back up to 20 feet. Usually about 20 feet is kind of the magic number for the dogs. After that, you could go to 40 feet, 50 feet. They usually start getting it once you're further away. The more you do it on your walks too, the better. So meaning, good stay. Heel. Heel. Sit. Stay. Down. Good, down. Stay. And usually always in the down. It's just more comfortable for them. So say we're on the sidewalk right now, I put it in the down stay, I would walk away 20 feet, 30 feet, turn around, tell her good stay, and then come back. Just by doing something that small on the sidewalk is teaching her to stay, you're reincorporating the stay. Whereas a lot of people get to use the stay. They use sit, they use down, but they don't use the stay every day in the commands. And the more you incorporate it, even if feeding her lunch, sit, stay, down, stay. Before she comes in the door, sit, stay. Always use the stay command as much as you can. Even with the come command, it's the exact same thing. People forget to use the come command. So the more often you use the come command every day, the more she's going to listen to it. I would say an average day, you should try to incorporate a come command 10 to 15 times a day, if that. Or at least that, I'm sorry. So the more you use it, the more she's going to respond to it. Quit, stay. Stay. Okay, the come command, you're going to slap your thigh, you're going to say come. The minute she starts running to you, then you can start praising her up a bunch for it. Okay? Give her the baby talk, give her the loving, give her excited to want to come to you. But the initial command is, again, slapping your thigh and saying come at the same time. Come. Sit. Good, come. The come command is always the second level of praise. Always give her a bunch of petting. She has to sit down when you're out doing training, okay? Around the house is going to be a little different. Heel. Heel. Sit. Good, sit. Stay. Around the house is going to be a little different. If I'm on the other side of the yard, I tell her to come. As long as she runs up to me and becomes within 10, 15 feet of a good radius, then I'm going to praise her up for it. Good, come. Sometimes give her a treat, sometimes give her a bunch of loving, sometimes just don't even say anything, turn around and walk away. Always, always want to make it a surprise for her for the come command when you're around the house. she's asleep on the other side of the house, periodically ask her to come. Okay, just wake her up. Come on, come, come. As she gets to you, again, praise her up. More times you use the come commands, the more she's going to listen to you. Good girl. Yep. Yep. Sit. Good sit. I'll show you the come command right now, like she is off leash. Down. So she's off leash right now. Good, Dan. Stay. Stay. Okay? I kind of wanted a break right now so you kind of see the corrections and then praise when she's off leash. Okay? When she's off leash, again, around the house, you're going to give her a little bit more leeway. When she's on leash, you kind of, or even doing training, she still has to listen to you. Good, stay. Come. Ah, that's a good come. Come. That's a good girl. Come on, come. Good, sit. Good girl. Come. Good girl. Stay. Good, come. This is Nick with All Purpose Dog Training.